Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024. It is 9 a.m. here in Tucson, Arizona, which means it is time for the Mindful Moment. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson. Unity of Tucson is, as I often say, an inclusive and loving spiritual center here in Tucson, Arizona, where our purpose is to offer the teachings of New Thought in order that we may develop a personal purpose, a spiritual path, and master spiritual understanding. The Mindful Moment is part of how I choose to do that. The Mindful Moment is an opportunity I take each Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. to engage in some spiritual practice and to bring it to you in this forum. And I'm grateful for all of you who join me. I do this several days a week because it keeps me consistent in my practice. And what I have found is that a consistency in my practice has enhanced the quality of my life. And so that's what we are here to do, to enhance the quality of our lives together. Now, whether you are watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment. Please do let me know that you are here. I always love to see the comments come through. I want to offer this reminder to you. The reminder is, ready? You are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. And I am so deeply grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. Thank you for doing that. So, Jerry, there's our first and so far only comment today. Grateful to see you this glorious day. I'm sure more comments will come through. Don't forget, too, if you have any questions that you would like me to address in the realm or topics of spirituality or the New Thought philosophy or anything like that, I'm happy to address them. There was a question that came through yesterday and a request for me to talk about a certain topic that I'm going to cover today. And it was basically this. Jeannie asked me to do this. Talk about the combination of mind and heart. How do they interact? How does mind relate to our spiritual nature? How does heart relate to our spiritual nature? This is a very deep topic, actually, as I started really considering it and thinking about, what are the implications here of some of the thoughts that I've had around how heart and mind interact in my life from a spiritual point of view. And so I started thinking about what I have come to believe. And then I started looking at some stuff that I've heard and looking up some stuff based on things that I'd heard in the past. And so I do have some ideas to share with you. Before we do that, though, real quick, I want to say hi to Sherry. Happiest day to you. And Jeannie, this is your question from yesterday. So grateful to have you here. You're here, finally. Yay. So in the New Thought movement, we talk a lot about mind, right? We talk about consciousness, we talk about mind, and the catchphrase used to be change your thinking, change your life. And in many ways it still is. That really is still the catchphrase, but I think we've deepened beyond just the thinking state. And I know many of you have heard me talk about this many, many times. But oftentimes what I think we have found is that we easily go into a spiritual bypass state when we are using the intellect alone. And that is the function of the mind. How we might also consider like the brain as a conduit of mind. You know, I sometimes think of the brain as the what do I want to say? As the receiver for the infinite mind, and the way that I tune my receiver is the way that I express the infinite mind in an individualized way. But that's all an intellectual exercise, right? The heart, as we have come to believe and express in our culture, the heart is the center of feeling, right? And we often are talking about moving from the intellect down into the feeling space, because what I often teach and definitely teach when I'm teaching prayer is that the feeling tone is the actual fuel in the engine of creation, right? That's how I teach prayer, that I know my prayer is effective when I feel it. And notice how I also physically always kind of reference the heart when I speak of feeling. So, heart and mind work together. They do. They have an interconnectedness, just as the entire physical expression has interconnectedness. So, if we talk from just a physical point of view, the brain is comprised of neurons. Those are the primary cells. And I'm going to talk a little sciencey here, even though I'm not a scientist. I'm just going to say, here's how I have come to understand it. And the science, it might be wrong, but this is what I've read. So I will cop to the fact that I'm not a scientist, and so you can go and seek out your own information around this. But what I have found in some of the readings that I've done is that yes, the brain is primarily constructed of neurons, right? But did you know that there is an aspect of the heart that is called the little brain? That is that there are 40,000 neurons in the heart. And so there is neural activity in the heart. Now, it is partially what keeps the heart pumping properly, and there's activity that is keeping us alive, frankly. But also think about this, like when we have a change in feeling, and sometimes we'll refer to that as we have a change of emotion, right? Emotion for me is the outward expression of the inner feeling. So I oftentimes will look at emotion and think, I'm going to think more in terms of feeling. When we have a shift in our feeling tone, we can recognize changes in heart rate. We can recognize changes in blood pressure. We can recognize physiological changes that are related to that feeling. And so for me, that's all part of the interaction between heart and mind. And so for me, the most important thing is that we do use a combination of heart and mind. And this is where my formula comes in, right? You've heard me talk about my formula before. Look, I got this fancy graphic. I did this fancy graphic to show you my formula. I can overlay it on the screen, right? Oh, actually, let me take this away first because I think it might interfere. Here's my formula. So what the formula is T to the power of B to the power of F equals QL. T to the power of B to the power of F equals QL. So let's first talk about what is it that we are looking to find. That is the answer to the formula. QL for me means quality of life. QL means quality of life. So what are those other things, the T, the B, and the F? Well, the T are our thoughts. B are the beliefs. And F are the feelings. And I've given them the relationship of exponents rather than saying T plus B plus F equals QL, because I believe, this is my belief, you get to check in with what you believe. I believe that beliefs exponentially have an effect on our thoughts. And I think that feelings have an exponential effect on our beliefs and our thoughts. And so for me, the most important thing to change, if I'm looking for significant change in my life, the most important thing for me to change or to address is the feeling tone. It's the feeling tone, because that is the highest exponent in this formula. And as I address the feeling tone, I am addressing the quality of my life. So that's how I choose to understand it. I'm going to give you a little contrast there, put the F over my face. T to the power of B to the power of F equals the quality of our life. Thoughts to the power of beliefs to the power of feelings equals the quality of our life. And so for me, that's how I would answer the question, Jeannie, about combining mind and heart. They all are interrelated. For me, the heart is the exponential physical center of the feeling tone. I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, let's do more exploration together. Because, I always say, you don't have to think what I think. You don't have to believe what I believe. I don't think I have all the answers. I just have the way I have constructed my understanding of how this stuff all works, and I articulate it in my own unique way. You get to determine how you choose to understand it and articulate it. So I would actually turn the question back to you. What does the combination of mind and heart mean for you? How do they interact for you? Does mind relate to spiritual nature? Does heart relate to spiritual nature? I would personally say yes to both of those questions, because our spiritual nature is what is flowing forth as the quality expression of our lives. So there we are. I am always grateful to be able to share some thoughts with you. Do remember, yes, I'm going to put this back up before I start into our affirmative prayer. If you have any questions that ever come up for you, please do feel free to email me questions, put them in the chat here. I love being able to answer. Jeannie, yes. Yay, I love this answer. I totally agree, and I'm so glad that you added belief to it. Belief is important. Thank you. I am truly grateful. Thought about this yesterday also, and I think I may include my root. I think it may also include my root chakra. You know what? We could actually align the construct of our root chakra with the beliefs, right? Because that's the core. That's the structure upon which everything else is built. Think about that. So I think it's all working together. I mean, it does all work together. It has to. There can't be anything separate from the infinite. And so, yeah, think about all of that as a cohesive system. So, thoughts are things. Change your thinking, change your life. Change your beliefs, change your life. Change your feeling, change your life. That's what it boils down to for me. Yes. Oh, root chakra and beliefs make sense. Yes. All right, my friends, let's step into the practice of affirmative prayer. Remember, you can always comment, send me questions, and I'm happy and delighted to be able to work through this stuff with you. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Simply, easefully let go of anything that has preceded this moment and release any anticipation for what is to unfold. Let us place our focus easefully on the breath. And if it's safe and comfortable, feel free to close your eyes. Placing focus on the breath and releasing any unnecessary physical tension. Releasing any unnecessary mental tension. Releasing any unnecessary feeling tone tension. And welcoming a joyful feeling, welcoming a harmonious feeling. And knowing that right where we are, right in the heart space, right in the little brain where those 40,000 neurons exist, that right where we are the centers of creation. For everything is the center of the infinite. And there is only the infinite power and presence, the infinite divine source. There is causative energy. There is a lawful principle. There is God only. God, the consciousness, the infinite consciousness, the universal wholeness, from which nothing can be separate. And so I trust and know that we are, each and every one of us, part of this universal wholeness. We are the light. We are the life. We are the love of the divine, for it is impressing upon itself love and flowing forth from itself as love, and it's all one unified wholeness. And I choose to settle my mind into an awareness of the feeling of this. I relax into the feeling of this and know that as I am open to the feelings of joy and harmony, the feelings of bliss, as I am open to understanding that I am not seeking to derive these feelings from outside the self, but I am projecting and impressing these feelings upon my environment, that right where I am, I become a conduit of infinite divine peace, love, harmony, bliss. And so I create the feeling, and I do so joyfully, knowing that the feeling tone is part of the expression of my life. And it all works together to enhance and embolden and allow the unfoldment of an evolutionary quality of life. I relax, I trust, I know, and it is with deep gratitude, the feeling of gratitude and the feeling of appreciation overflowing from this heart space, informing the mental space, that I simply let it be. I relax and feel the fulfillment of this word spoken. I let it be so and trust it is so. And so it is. Amen. Well, this felt pretty special today. Thank you for this opportunity. I do look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. I will be back for the mindful moment at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And like I say, it's always a delight to share this time with you. Please go forth, prosper, be blessed, and know that you are a blessing to this world. You are magnificent. And it's not because of anything you do. It is just simply who you are. And I'm grateful when we allow our beingness to inform our doingness in the world. Keep doing that. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Be well.